For 5 years, I poured everything into building my first ever company called Now and Me. A company, a brand of my own. Every minute, every thought, every bit of energy went into making sure our app and website never went down. Not even for a few minutes. Work, work, work was the only option I allowed myself, and vacations were rewards I'd earn someday when everything was perfect. This is the story of the year I finally broke free. My own version of an eat, pray, love, if you may. One that happened when I least expected it, but obviously exactly when I needed it the most. By early last year, burnout wasn't just knocking at my door, it had moved in, taken over. The vision my co-founder and I originally had felt increasingly distant. We were successful on paper, but it felt mediocre. Moderate, not the dream we had sacrificed so much for. Something had to give. So exactly a year ago, April 2024, we did the unthinkable. Not because we were brave and bold, but because we were tired. With nothing left to give, we were forced to let go of control. The Now and Me website and app were down for 2 whole days while we were at a retreat in Rishikesh, no less, in the foothills of the Himalayas. For the first time in 5 years, I completely disconnected. No emails, no notifications, no metrics to check. I deleted LinkedIn and Twitter from my phone. No reading up on the progress of others and feeling behind. What a dystopian world we must live in, where I need to spell out something like this as if it were a grand undertaking. What happened at this 3-day retreat was we started to wake up with the sun. We listened to life wisdom from senior disciples of Swami Parthasarathy that at the time felt like we're speaking directly to our souls. Being your own boss requires discipline and gives you freedom. But freedom is not a passive gift. It's an active choice that comes with heavy responsibility, hardship, and a possibly never-ending journey in the pursuit of your goal. It's thrilling at 24, but somehow petrifying at 26. So here's what we did. We did yoga every morning, reflection every evening. There were some fascinating solo female travelers at the hotel. Most weren't even from India. They must definitely be on their eat, pray, love journey, but they would so happily sit at their dinner tables alone, tucked with a novel that absorbed all their attention. I went hiking alongside some of these women, and their confidence and athleticism showed me a different kind of strength than the one I'd been cultivating at work for all these years. Oprah did this hike too, and at the end of the hike was the Kunjapuri temple. It is said that if you make a wish here, it will be granted. Now, I can't remember exactly what I wished for in that moment, but perhaps some version of inner peace. This was pray. Then came summer, and with it, spontaneity I hadn't allowed myself in years. School friends suggested meeting in Prague, and I said yes. Added Budapest and Vienna to my itinerary too. Every day was 20,000 steps filled with gelato, cheese, berries, broth, through streets filled with art, history, and emotions. I was alive on my first lime ride that evening in Budapest by the Danube River. Life was talking to me again. I believe listening to Billy Joel is how I manifested Vienna into my life. And my last day in Prague was just me, walking the cobblestone streets alone. An independence I'd never felt before, having spent all my growing up years in one place. This was eat, savoring life's offerings without guilt, without restraint, finally feeling my age, not isolated and alone in my sacrifices. Dancing, singing, walking, tugging. True friendship, I realized, is the best luxury. These days would be the lore of my youth. Maybe the real treasure was the friends we made along the way. My final chapter took me to Phuket with another group of school friends, my love era. These were friends who had been dating for 7 years, had weathered life's ups and downs together, one of the firsts in my immediate circle. Reconnecting with all of them, bunking together, was like finding pieces of myself I'd forgotten. It was like reuniting with your cousins at Nani's house in the summer. We laughed, we indulged in late night 7-Eleven runs like kids at a candy store. We shared stories of growth and change, how far we'd all come. This was the real love story, bonds that grow stronger through the years. New friends you make unexpectedly. I was slowly relearning the meaning of life. When I left on this journey, which wasn't really a pre planned journey to be honest, I felt like my life was crumbling at that point. Everything I'd built seemed to be falling apart. But what I couldn't see then was that it wasn't destruction, it was clearing space. All those years of never taking a break, waiting for the perfect moment to reward myself had led to this. I can't say that this led to some eureka moment and I figured my life out, but it taught me to enjoy life with its constant battles. My Eat, Pray, Love year taught me that success isn't measured by uninterrupted uptime, growth metrics, accumulating wealth. It's measured in moments of peace, moments of presence, in connections made, in the courage to step away from everything you feel so attached to disconnect from the identity you've created, and see your life with a fresh pair of eyes. What I thought was an ending was actually the beginning.